Thanks everybody for coming to check out our great show tonight. We got Adam Michael Terry of Fountain AVM Records. And the Beautifuls. Just gonna listen to Falcon B for a minute and friends while we fix our camera. Thanks for visiting us tonight. Looks like you got a lot of fans. Adam over on the chat over there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, saying all these nice things about you.
Wow.
Or about, let's see.
About you guys, I'm sure.
About
the graphics. Graham crafters.
just everything. I don't know. Looks like you're the one on there saying that, Adam. Some of it.
Well, it might be my lovely accountant / wife and
oh, yeah?
tech supervisor.
Oh.
You can take your mask
You can take
off.
your mask off because we got our plastic guard.
Yeah, we're in the ET.
Oh, great. I mean,
ET
kind of
zone.
like an improvement on my kind of face.
Oh.
Oh, no. Well, Adam, thanks so much for coming to be on our show. This is
Thank
really
you for having me. I'm delighted. Can you hear me all right with that mic?
Yeah, everything's loud and clear. We just trust in this guy with the headphones. I'll admit I kind of got in a rush at the last second, so let's check the schedule, okay?
Yeah.
Falcon Beat intro. Looks like we got it handled.
I like your shirt. Thank you for.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to
Critical
represent.
beatdown, man. Rest in peace, kind of.
Hey, let's do. Can we do a
Which one are you drinking?
That's yours, Josh.
Oh, nice.
The
Did you wear that vest on purpose?
Oh, look at my body.
yeah, Josh is available. So the next thing on the schedule is music video. In
No.
case we're late.
We're not late.
No, so Pearl, you might have missed one time.
I saw it.
Well, we don't get stressed anymore if we're late because we just press a music video until everybody's ready. Looks like we're all ready though.
It's mostly to soothe Dave's savage beast of not being
Okay, let's
ready.
talk about this. So there's some people over
So-
there that could if they would have signed in and we weren't here, Jeremy Devine would never sign in again if he tried to log on and we weren't here.
Or maybe they just come back in 5 minutes too.
Or if there's
Pearl, you're there too?
Yeah.
Everybody on the side is us. Okay, so since we missed,
Where are OnlyFans?
I don't want to start slow or take a long time or do anything like that. But what I really, 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 really want to do is since we didn't have to do the music video, even though I was all running around the house still getting things done, I had to fix this camera. I want to change that into a talking point that I just say. Is that okay?
Sure. Oh, to get the music video right? To soothe your...
No, just because there's something I left off the list because there was a bunch of
Say
stuff.
it. Yeah, add it.
Like if you were about to go get gas and when a gas station was too full, then you just go to the next one and then, you know...
Well, I just don't want to add stuff to the list. We try to stick to the list really, really close.
Yeah,
We're not just a bunch of
it's a lot
dorks
like
fucking
that.
around. We're like, look at this list here.
This is real. I can see
But
the
I'm gonna
production
call
value
in-
is top notch. I'm really impressed.
I'm going to call an audible, though.
The Amazon book.
Well, people at tech businesses, they go fuck around and they're still doing stuff that's real.
Yeah, and we're cool and they're stupid.
Oh.
So
ooh.
I'm gonna call one audible on instead of doing the music video in case we're late, which we were, but we're not going to. I'm gonna say, Adam, tell me about the demons and a certain T-shirt.
Oh, wow.
Oh, the Demons. Well, that is kind of our makeshift band. It's fluctuating, I guess. But is the T-shirt you're talking about the one you're wearing?
Well, I was wearing a T-shirt where the
So I started this kind of label, art collective, art label thing called Fountain, AVM, which means audio visual material, multimedia kind of.
great. I got to cut that off the list now.
Yes, and Critical Beatdown was the first thing that I formed kind of the year before I launched. I did it under that, and I wanted I wanted the label to get its start as a community kind of thing, and that's why I started with that. So, and that Critical Beatdown, if you don't know, is a a showcase for electronic musicians to play out in a nice, fun, safe space and have fun and experiment and kind of lounge. And there was 3 or 4 performers.
And where was it at?
Night. It was on Thursday. It was on Thursday nights once a month at Good Grammar. And towards the end there, we formed a house band which was called the Demons, which was Dave over
Will you
here
use our
and
DJ names?
Falcon B and DJ Diageo, I believe. And sometimes Pearl would play, right? I think, and some other people with us. Anyways, and it was very fun, and I hope someday we'll do another form of that kind of thing again.
Yeah, me
I
too.
have some new ideas brewing. I feel it's kind of first time I've said this, but I was going to cap it off at the beginning of the year anyways, and I didn't, and we did one, and I think that last one was kind of our farewell one. I feel like COVID's kind of a good marker
Well, what's
to
up?
start
With,
some
is
new
that bar
stuff.
still open anyway?
The bar's still open. Good Grammar are still my friends and family, and they're awesome. And I just think it's gonna be a while before we get back in that situation.
Well, do you like our TV show? Because this is our.
But this is a
ours.
great supplement because more than Critical Beatdown, I miss going to Twilight Lounge to hear y'all on Wednesdays and Sundays.
Aww.
I was there every week almost, and I love that, and it was the best place. And it really actually shifted my music kind of direction, I swear. Just being there and having like a safe place to experiment. And
That's what we were trying to do over there.
Not only that, but just to soak it all in. Like hearing y'all and seeing the work ethic of just showing up every week and playing like 3 or 4 hours. And
What do you think about getting upset if you don't start right on time?
whatever. I mean, sometimes it makes for a bad.
I don't know if you worried that much over there, did you?
I still really like the show that when you put tape on the record. That was so cool.
Oh, thanks. When I made the records skip and loop.
Yeah,
By
I
using
really
stickers.
liked that show.
Josh,
Yeah.
you're kind of ghosting out a little bit.
Every time I tried to do a show there, I tried to do something that challenged me that was a little bit different. Like one time I did some keyboard kind of set up like this and then a flute and a friend, Bo
keep it
York,
on
on a turntable. And so I think it's probably the only time that I've seen
My
like
girl's fingers.
scratching,
Just a second.
DJ scratching and
We'll
flute
fix
at the
that in
same
a
time.
minute.
Well, I guess I'm just...
The stuff you all did over there, Adam, was so
Anyways.
cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of the basis.
Do you have
of what
any
we're doing.
double ocarinas?
Yeah.
You do?
Do I have one?
That's a yes.
Oh, no, I don't. There's a double ocarina. Is
Yeah,
that...
didn't I give you one?
Well, you gave me one. Is it called a double? Is that what it means?
called
Does
a
it say
double
the
ocarina.
names on it?
Yeah, so okay, you made me made one and gifted me a custom 3D printed, how do you say it, ocarina?
Well, I say ocarina, but I don't know how to
and
say
it has the words "the demons" on it, and I love it.
It does.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's so cool.
We're meeting. Thanks for meeting us here.
Yeah.
This is I guess there's some kind of mystical qualities of this place because Josh is all going into the
cool.
nether
Maybe
realms.
it's my
It's
toes.
your
Look
toe.
at me. Hey, oh.
But that
Yeah, where are
I know
we?
that you're into so we're DJs, these 3 famous DJs combined into Adam Michael Terry and the Demons, but then I heard that you are now an NJ.
There was a brand new term, I guess, coined today.
Today.
A nature jockey. I love it. It's so fucking. It's so awesome.
Well, that's why we're
Anyways.
meeting here in this neat place.
Right, and so I guess if you want me to explain that.
Let's talk about it later. I think it's on our list. But
Yeah.
do you like our location?
Don't get hit by that fountain.
Yeah, look
Watch
at that.
out.
That's very.
That's a
comfortable.
fountain AVM back there.
Look at that. It wraps it all up. Yeah, I love the space. I love the studio. I love what you're doing. It's keeping a pulse of the music scene and art scene going. And
We have our first stranger playing in a week.
oh,
It's a rapper named Lil Innocent.
okay, cool.
Do you know them by any chance?
No,
Because we've just been going through our friends,
okay.
which is why I'm so grateful that you came on the show.
Yeah, and I have some other people I could send your way if you want.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm honored to be here, and I'm going to play some new stuff throughout the show. And kind of the common theme of these songs, or little sketches, I call them picture sounds or picture scores. It's this thing I've been doing. So tying into with the nature, I've been going out and doing a lot of landscape photography with my Yashica medium format camera.
You are a true nature jockey.
And we will, I guess I can talk more about that as we go. And so there's cool photos that I've taken and printed, not personally printed, and they go coincide with some of the music. And the first one is a little more.
Hey, don't get too...
No, I'm just saying there's a little more around the first one than just a photo. But they all have fun.
Well, I hope it's next on the list. Let's see.
It's the first one because my Moog is tuned to this sound. So I couldn't adjust it.
Awesome.
Okay. We're at the eggs of the sun.
What is that, anyways?
And you're at the Fountain AVM
Headquarters.
in
Love it.
the Middle East
Perhaps.
or California.
I like the Middle East better.
Okay, let's look at the list. I love doing this show. Thanks, Adam. Let's check it out.
Okay.
Introduce Adam Michael Terry.
And plays one song.
What I was just asked you to talk about the Demons.
Yeah.
That's our collaboration. Would you just introduce yourself real formally?
One more time, okay.
No,
Yeah,
just
you
form.
just
Just
did.
say my name is.
Okay.
My name is at.
My name is Adam Michael Terry. I used to go by, and some people know me as Finale Grand, as kind of a producer name.
I asked you to say my DJ name properly because I used to not say yours.
Your name.
Right when I met you, I didn't know how to say Finale.
said-
It's
Grand.
okay.
Final.
Well, we don't have to continue the
Oh, okay.
error.
Finale. Perfect.
Famous DJ, Finale Grand. Is that behind you now?
What?
Finale Grand.
There we go.
What?
Is that your working DJ name?
I'm trying to just go by my real name.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So
kind of-
now Adam Michael Terry. So if you got hired for a
NK.
wedding,
So if you
Adam
want to hear a
Michael
funny
Terry.
story, I can tell you real quick.
Yeah.
I wanted to. So on my 40th birthday, just barely in July.
happy birthday.
Thanks.
Good- happy birthday.
I held a metaphorical or symbolic backyard funeral for Finale Grand, kind of. And
Yeah, I'm glad we're talking about
So for my
this.
40th birthday, me and my homies, we had like 3 people. That's about what we could do with COVID happening. We bought 40-ounce malt liquor beers, poured some out for
Look,
Finale Grand.
Demons could
That's
have
what
been
I got
there.
for my 16th.
And he was paying homage to that. Anyways, it was funny, and I'm just trying to, I don't know.
Did
I'm
you
just
still-
moving on, growing up a little bit.
It is
and,
Final Grand.
I'm doing different music that just fits better under my
Did you
person.
steal your 40s and your Jinkos too?
I don't know. I was.
When you
bought
turn
them
40, you
Yeah.
don't
because you're 40.
do stuff like
You don't
that
have to
anymore.
steal.
Well, here was the joke. So they didn't. I guess they don't sell Old English 800 and 40-ounce glass bottles anymore, and I was really upset. And the best thing they had was St. Ides, which St. Ides kind of replaced it if you remember the 90s, because St. Ides started sponsoring all the coolest gangster rappers.
They did.
And you remember Ice Cube, don't drink 8-ball, St. Ides is giving ends.
Whoa.
Ends, that was a line. Anyways, so we gathered them around, we opened them, we're sitting there. And then we're like, all right, let's pour some out for Finale Grand. We pour some
You
out.
did a malt liquor
And then we take
tasting?
you pour them out, for the homies, Finale. Anyways, we drank it, and it was disgusting. I forgot how bad these were.
Yeah.
And so the joke was,
Yeah,
we were
just
like, yo,
juice.
let's pass one out. Let's, for the homie who passed away, our homie, pour some more out. They were like, yo, everybody who had COVID, died of COVID, let's pour some out.
Just pour it.
And they're like, yo, didn't your grandma die? No, but she will soon, just pour it out. And then the idea was we got to the bottom of the beer before we had to drink another
pour it all
gross
out.
sip of that.
If you
I
pour
know.
it, you pour
And
go on.
the rest of this performance art for Finale Grand is I was literally going to try to find a cemetery plot and get like a cheap casket and put like a bunch of my Finale Grand stuff in it and bury it
Nice.
with a tombstone.
There's a bunch of open caskets up there from the windstorm.
Oh gosh, you mean where a tree tipped over and bones flew everywhere?
But anyways, enough talking for me. It's probably boring the heck out of people.
Well,
No,
you-
this is why we do our shows, so we can get to the nitty gritty.
Well, you could play Joseph Smith's Mummies.
Isn't that an interesting title? When do you want me to talk
Yes,
about it?
That's next on our agenda.
Is this
there
gonna-
a photo
Joseph
that
Smith's
goes with
mummies?
Am I gonna be next?
it? Yeah.
Wait,
you're next.
no, we have to just. Yeah, you are.
That's,
Well,
that's what's next on the
Okay.
agenda.
yeah, let's ease into it.
Okay.
Ad-
Let me
Adam
know. I'll
Michael-
start telling you the story.
Adam Michael Terry plays one song is on the.
That's not AMT.
No, it's Mike calling me, but I can't answer. Mike, I'm on a serious TV show.
On the TV over here.
I'm on the TV.
That was the double ocarina that was the ringtone.
It sounded nice.
I thought it was Joseph Smith's Mummy.
Okay, Adam Michael Terry plays one song. Oh, so excited. And Pearl has the list and says that the first song is called Joseph Smith's Mummies.
Yep.
This is kind of ringing a bell to something that we talked about last time. We were all nature jockeys in nature.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, okay. Well, part of nature in archaeology and anthropology, these are big hobbies of mine and something I've been pursuing more as I get older. And as a kid, I wanted to be Indiana Jones and all that. And that's probably why I dig for records and tapes and everything else. But anyway, so I love frequenting our favorite bookstore, which is what? Ken Sanders. And I always go in
I
there
didn't
and
want to put the words in your mouth.
buy stacks of anthropology and archaeology books. But anyways, I've been kind of down this kick of Mormon archaeology. And there's this wing of Mormon archaeology in BYU that is these Mormon BYU affiliated archaeologists down in Mesoamerica, Middle America, looking for artifacts to support the geological location of the Book of Mormon. And anyways, I found this book. I'd never know about it. It's called, look at this. From the Dust of Decades.
Wow.
At the bottom it says Saga of the Papyri and Mummies.
This
Written
is what we
by
were talking about.
probably far relative Keith Terry and Walter Whipple. So this
I'm
book.
not trying to drag it out once. I have
Uncle Keith?
Listen to this.
I have one interjection before you read it. I gotta
Right.
say that Josh is playing Link all the time, where you have to do bows and arrows.
Right.
We know that features very strongly, and that's all.
So you can cue up that photo we put in the back. It's called Mummies. If you get a chance.
Mummies is the
So,
Mummies is
listen
the
to
name of
this.
it.
So-
We'll have to just take a brief moment to do some.
Yeah, I'll keep telling the
Techno.
story here.
Yeah.
And so here's the story that this book talks about. Around, I forget exactly when, it doesn't say exactly when, but somewhere some European tomb raiders raided, when they first started excavating Egypt, they, some guys pulled out a bunch of sarcophagus and mummies and such, and 4 made its way to England. These are European, probably French archaeologists. They got to England with these 4 mummies. They kind of bounced around a family, it sounded like, and then the guy they came with papyrus, and each of these mummies did. And
Wrapped
the
in
guy
them.
wanted to showcase them, and also he wanted to translate them. No one was really up to speed yet, and so he goes to United States. This is 1820s probably, looking for someone to help. He gets there. He gets in New York, passes custom with these mummies, and he's asking around. And people say, "Hey, there's this guy upstate named Joseph Smith. He can translate lost texts and all these things." He finds the guy, and he ends up selling these 4 mummies to Joseph Smith at the beginning foundations of the church. And Joseph Smith, from there on till his death, rolled around from everywhere they went with 4 mummies
From Egypt?
from Egypt.
Wow.
And he went in and supposedly translated the papyrus, and from those translations come the Book of Abraham, which is in the Pearl of Great Price of the
Pearl.
Mormon scriptures.
Pearl.
Yes. And
Yeah,
so
I knew
anyways,
that.
until his death, and then his wife kept the mummies and then eventually sold these mummies, and they ended up in Chicago, and the story is that they were lost to the Chicago fires, the Grand Chicago Fires. Years later, they kind of surfaced in the Met in New York, and these archaeologists found the headline somewhere and ended up
Surfaced by
getting
themselves.
So they ended up getting 2 of the mummies back. 2 maybe were lost. And anyways, and that's the story. And so I just imagined like Joseph Smith in New York and in those other places in the Midwest where they're at.
Weekend at Bernie's?
And he kept them in his study, and he would bring. Oh, here's another thing. Yeah, actually, the church helped raise the money. Early church members helped buy these mummies. So he would come and
That's a
show
good
them
way
in
to
his
spend
house.
timing. What'd you say?
So he would go and show the mummies to these followers and to whoever else wanted to talk to him about him. So I just imagine how exotic that must have been in the 1800s, 1830s to 1850s or something.
He's the Tiger
40s,
King, but
of
the Money King.
going into there wasn't Egyptian stuff coming through America like that at those times, especially in the Midwest and things.
I remember when
And
King
so
Tut came through.
this music, I created this music today. I had an idea for what kind of music, if I was Joseph Smith, would I play in my study with the mummies to show these religious people or
hilarious.
interesting people. So anyways, I just made this right before I came, and I'm going to try to play some parts live, so I have a backing track with some stuff to
Wow,
go to it.
Amazing.
word really gets out
Okay,
when you
don't go. Yeah.
translate scrolls.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay, don't go. Don't go yet. I'm gonna load up your picture.
Sure.
That's awesome.
Damn.
And
Great.
so to go with this is some photos I took to follow my photo score theme. This is some photos that you all may know.
Oh, I've never
That is
Yeah.
very,
Yeah, I like that one. I like the
Perfect.
very fitting of
I like the look
the
of it.
story.
Oh, 2 angles, nice.
Joseph Smith.
Wow,
Well,
why?
that was the
Oh,
flag
will
in
you
it.
pause for 1 second?
In the
Just
cen-
pause right there for 1 second.
That's
I don't want to.
actual 70s photo.
I don't wanna add
That's
anything-
a Polga or what's
Whoa,
that?
cool.
So
But when
this-
we were
Some medium format?
talking
Yeah.
about
Sick.
the around the campfire, you brought something to my. Maybe we should talk about it after the song.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll see if it's relevant.
Let's hang around. I have a whole section for the campfire for our trip.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these are photos that I took at the Gilgan, I believe it's called.
Gilgal.
Gilgal Gallery, and
Gilgal.
that's and so real quick, if you don't know,
Gilgal.
this is Joseph Smith in the form of a sphinx, and Gilgal was a Freemason churchgoer who built this whole park based around really cool.
Well, he was a Mormon
stuff.
Freemason.
Anyway, so that's how this ties this whole Egypt together with my song and story.
Okay,
Nice.
can I fade in the picture right when you start, or should I?
Do it right now, whatever.
Okay, let's get in the mood.
Let's do it.
Picture.
So imagine you're walking through Joseph Smith's house looking at money.
I'll do it in a special effect.
Okay, this is the
Colonial
You're ready to go
America.
though, right?
What's that?
You're ready to go?
Yep.
Okay, look at the screen and follow my special effect, and then
Okay.
follow the spirit, as Kerber always says, our other pal who. That's a Mormon thing. Okay, here we go.
Let's listen to this.
Yay!
Bravo.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Cool. Nice, Adam.
That was good.
That was so.
Oh, thanks.
Great.
I really
That
felt the
was
spirit.
beautiful.
You feel the spirit of the mummies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt the spirit of the mummies.
I feel like I was
I'm
in
not even
Joseph
Mormon
Smith's
and I
parlor.
felt it.
I love the story. The stories. I can't believe I've never heard it until barely this year. Maybe I heard about it somewhere, but I've never heard that story.
I gotta say what I wanted to say a second ago, which was we were talking about the campfire, and you enlightened me to the idea that Mormonism is an American religion that runs along with the history of America,
Absolutely.
which we don't have to talk about, but that
We
blew
don't.
my mind because I had just never thought of it that way.
Yeah, it could have only happened here, and it's a capitalist economic structure, societal structure. More
Well,
than
they wear
evil.
suits too. It was the part about the suits that really sent it home to me.
Who wore
Because they wear government style suits.
What are the
In the Mormon church, like you wear government style suits. Ever seen Men in Black? It's like I saw it every Sunday.
But yeah, and I'm not knocking anybody or any beliefs or anything. I was raised LDS, so I
Yeah, me too.
I just feel there's once you have a little bit of an objective perspective, it makes looking at it and dealing with Salt Lake a little bit better.
Yeah.
If you find it conflicts with anything that you have going on, but
Well, we got our beliefs right.
you know,
It's in the list later. We'll talk about it.
yeah.
I guess we should probably move on as fast as we can because there's a lot of important ground to cover.
Right. Do you guys got a song? What are you gonna play next, or am I going
Did
next?
Did you peek ahead at our agenda? We're not just dinking around.
Or am I next, or you next?
Well, let's look at the list. It says Adam Michael Terry plays one song. New Year's resolutions. We got to make this really quick. Who's going to volunteer a New Year's resolution?
Not me.
Not,
Me.
not you, not you. Josh, go.
I'm gonna be nicer.
Yeah!
You're
You're pretty nice. How could you get any nicer, Josh? I can't imagine.
You're ready to get a CT.
That's impossible. That's impossible.
Yeah.
That's impossible. Adam got one. It's for the special guest, not just for us.
Well, that is, you can't top that. Be nicer is fantastic. But to be nicer, sometimes you have to be nicer internally, or if that makes sense. You have to be at a happier place.
Well, I saw.
And,
I got.
and that's what I strive to be.
Oh,
Yeah, me too. I saw there was a conjunction last week, and I saw a post on the internet about how, just like the Skeksis and the Mystics, their good half and bad half got separated, and it was a chance to come back together and reconjoin into a full person. And everyone's kind of been split during this last time period. So
Right.
maybe we could conjoin ourselves and then other people.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
The
No.
new Star Wars
I wanna
is
keep sticking
the
to
same philosophy.
Star Wars just says you have to
No.
use good force, and Luke always uses
No.
the bad force.
The new
so it doesn't
one-
make sense.
The new one was
Always did.
Ben. You know, he was the dark, and the idea was that they would combine into one life force. So all of the good and
That's
bad got
How
embodied
to speak to your guys'
into
language.
Holy
I didn't see the
crap!
last one. Now I kind of want to.
Can I say one more?
I don't understand. I
Can I
don't
say
get
one
it.
more New Year's resolution?
Yeah, say it.
And let's ask
To
the audience.
finish
too.
Zelda 2.
Oh yeah, to finish Zelda 2. Okay, so
Where's
and
Zelda?
Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, Breath of the
Before
Wild.
that.
Oh, it's so much fun. I
You have?
beat it, yeah, and then I reverted to my save because I wasn't ready to beat it yet.
Yeah. I think you could just go play
Nice,
that
Nora.
world forever.
Forever.
Because it's so big and like,
So fun to explore.
do you guys like cutting grass?
yeah, everything.
It's harder. There's not as much grass cutting. Like
Is
you
it-
don't actually
Oh.
chop through.
I always wanted to make a
Grass
grass
easily.
arc.
You want to know what area I'm at?
Where are you at?
Where you've read the water guy's back, and then you have to go up the
Okay,
thing.
this
and
is
then
we're on
shoot.
Twitch right now, but we're gonna get
So
Yes,
hard.
Zora's
we're
domain.
gonna get too close to Twitch right now.
Adam, no New Year's resolutions?
Be
Just-
nicer to yourself.
Yeah.
That's a
and
beautiful place.
try
That's
to,
a good one. I would like to combine like the Skeksis and the Mystics. I've tried to do it.
Nice.
Hey, Aaron and Cody, it's nice to see you. We've been looking at the side. Just for our future viewers, there's a sidebar where people chat. This is a really busy one because Adam's so popular.
No.
It's our friends.
Hey, Jeremy. Hi, Jeremy and Cody.
It's really nice to hear from you, Jeremy, Cody,
Miss you, Jeremy.
There's Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron and Cody. They haven't been.
Hey, love you,
Hi,
Aaron.
guys.
Shout out Aaron and the good grammar homies.
A City Weekly, what would you say? A City Weekly CEO?
Yeah, the CD Weekly CEO.
Or just, I don't know. Maybe that's not the right thing to
God,
say.
we have a
City
busy
Weekly.
schedule, but Josh, I gotta tell you really quick. In the Book of Mormon, Nephi the star, he breaks his bow. Everyone's mad, and he goes and I think he finds a magical bow.
Mike.
I think he rolls back. I might have the story wrong, but he does. I think he was putting the tent away, and he finds a new bow,
Ooh,
a
a
magical
tent.
bow that God sent him. So basically, does that happen in Zelda? You know
Where you
it does.
You break bows all the time.
No, do you get
All the
get a
time.
better bow? Is
Well,
get a
even
magic
if
bow?
you get a better one, you break
Wow.
it.
Well, you can get a really nice one.
That doesn't break so
But
easy.
it breaks, but then they will make you another one if you bring them a diamond and.
Whoa.
So you just go to the store. Okay, forget it. That's not like the story I'm
can't
talking about.
wait.
Not anything at all.
Okay.
In
We
my
have to
story, is you get a magic bow. That's happened to me in other Zeldas.
Oh, Aaron, that's a good
Important part of me and
resolution.
Dave's relationship is he teaches me about religions, especially the Mormon one.
We have to
I
say
wanna
hi,
try.
hi to Mike, hi to Alicia, hi to Charlie.
Hi, all you people.
Because I don't really pay much attention to religion. I don't care
Um,
about religion.
Next on
Adam?
the list.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look
Adam
over at
teaches
the
me too.
really quick. I'm gonna look and see how many people are watching this. Cause
Okay.
I can tell you.
Pearl knows.
Lots of
We
people
can't
tuned
find
in
we
to
can't
hear
find
you.
out unless I go to my
We're so vain.
computer. Ironically,
We want to know
do
how
we got,
many
Pearl?
people are
Yeah, that's not.
watching.
Well,
But it's nice. A lot of people tuned in to hear you. That's cool.
oh, that's very nice. Yes, and I'm sure these are all your followers who come and hang out
Well,
every
Aaron-
night when you
Yeah, I
guys throw
think they're here
shows.
especially to hear you.
Okay, New Year's resolutions. I resolved to do more stuff virtually with my friends this year until we can do stuff in person again. So to go to cyberspace to accomplish do the work on the relationships. Fountain View AVM says I resolved to use my energy more for myself since I spend a lot of it on others instead of myself. That's always a good one.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Other people exist. You also exist. The two wisdoms.
Nice.
Nice. Noi. Oh, I should've said
We
it.
have 15, including ourselves.
If we get like 4 more subscribers, we get incorporated, and then they start
Whoa.
then they scrape a penny and send it to us. I think because we've been at
Oh,
47
Cody.
Yes.
ever since
We
we
get
started. But if you get
Some
50,
copper dust.
then they give you
Okay,
money
I
for
think-
being on
Nice.
I think. am I
fiber,
the one?
eating more fiber.
I can give you a penny, Dave.
No, I want to earn it.
Well, what do
Let's
we got
look
up
at the
next?
list.
One song.
Oh, Beautiful's play a song.
We-
Beautifuls, play a song. We're gonna play a song about.
Joseph will be Joseph Smith's kitchen.
No,
or
we're gonna play.
bathroom.
We're gonna play. We're gonna play a religious song.
Ooh, I
A
can't
religious
remember
song.
the story.
It's funny.
Me either. It's so fascinating.
God
I went
damn
to
it.
Guatemala. When I came back, all my family was like, "Oh, that's where Jesus went," or something. I'm like, "What? Wow." Okay.
We're gonna look up a religious music.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's
Is that a shaker?
the Mummy. Okay, Adam, did you know you have to listen to us play songs too on this show? Okay, probably can't hear you though, because Josh doesn't have that many headphones going on at once. It doesn't matter. We're gonna play our song as fast as we can, and then we're gonna get back. No, it's okay. But let's move on. No, it doesn't matter. No, Josh, it's the Beautiful's turn to play. This one's for you, Adam. Oh, in the end. we could hold still. Oh, in the end, perfectly preserved. Oh, what a beautiful way to be. To finally soar and hang in the sky. Oh, what an elegant way to stop. Turning everything inside out that we touch in the plane light of all that we know. All by ourselves and on our own, casting clouds, shattered facets, imagined and blind to what we are or ever wanted to be. Life automatic, on purpose destroyed. Safe to approach a thing so tame. Creature so old and made out of death. Safe to face me and lay down your arms in a bed in the war, all by ourselves and on our own. Imagination can evaporate and let the seed of thought start or stop untouched.
I guess I'm the audience too.
Yeah, you're supposed to clap when we get done.
Okay.
That's nice of you.
That was great.
That one was about a religious. I focused my religious sensibilities into the worship of something we'll talk about later. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Love it.
The history of the kalimba.
Cool.
What you got?
History of the kalimba?
Yeah.
Well, it's derived from, or at least that kalimba or imbira, I think it's called. It's a sub-Saharan African instrument, I believe. Probably post-industrial because it's made from steel parts. And I love it. It's fun to play. I love the tone. And I was going to bring this book, and I took it out of my bag because I didn't want to harm it. But I have this new book, or it's not a new book, it's an old book, of how to build instruments by a Utah legend named, Utah affiliated legend from the U of U named John Scoville, and a person who I am working with right now. And
What are you guys working on?
yeah, we're working on reissuing and re-presenting an amazing new tape, or amazing tape he made in 1990, and he found some dead stock copies, and it's one of the coolest Records. It's electronic. He's an early electronic experimentalist, music,
like
concrete, sampling, art, modular, and it's for modern dance. He was the modern dance
He's like the Michael
head of modern
That
dance.
sounds so
It's
good.
not. It's not.
Sound for movement.
Okay,
Is
so
it
Michael
VJ style?
So Michael Wall replaced John Scoville.
Okay, he's like the
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember him.
and so so when Michael Wall was kind of getting situated, he was getting rid of the hard copies of music in the department, and the CDs went to the library, and the library did not want the tapes, and he called me because I own a tape label and all that, and I said I absolutely want it, and I found a bunch of rad stuff, and the best thing I found in there, I swear, was the John Scoville tape. His own personal tape was in the collection, and it's incredible. And he has a bunch of incredible music going up until the last few years. And his story's cool. Anyways, I brought him up because he wrote a book in 1980, How to Build Instruments. Wooden instruments, metal, plastic from found objects, and he has a bunch of designs to make a kalimba, and I plan to do so when I have the time.
Cool. I have one that has pop cans for snares at the top.
pop can.
Wow.
Like pop can
Oh, cool.
strips
Yeah.
for a little bit of snare, so it's like.
Right.
Psst.
I was just thinking how cool
Boom.
a bottom cap wind chime could be.
Well, I know that ocarinas
Yeah.
are easy as hell, and flutes are really quite difficult.
Hmm. Yeah, I can imagine. I wanted to make flutes, but I looked that up, and there was a club in town who made them.
Really? There's
And
a club for
I
flute
think it's
making?
defunct, yeah.
Yeah, how do you find these cool
They
flutes?
probably went onto the internet because there's all these calculators on there.
Yeah, so,
That's really cool.
yeah, I love all that, and so are we going to go on to the next song?
Yeah, do you got
This
any
one?
handmade instruments around you?
So, all I have is this kalimba I was playing. It's not handmade,
Cool though.
and sorry, there's markers on it because
Is that
I
from the
I
factory?
did some weird. Yeah, this is like a pretty cheap one, but I bring it everywhere. I like to bring it on our hiking trips or camping trips. So a lot of the stuff I've been doing is inspired by the outdoor wilderness regions and traveling and getting deep out there and making music in those cool places, whether it be a canyon and trying to record cool, sonic. Or whatever you want to call it, like reverbs, echoes. I call it ecosystems, and and going to ruins and kind of
Place and time combined.
I love
Times
it.
the
Yeah, I
music
just
and
love.
places
It's
the-
like it's the next stage of where I'm at is trying to capture feelings of where I've been or where I'm at, and how do you put that down into music, and also into visuals. And so, like at the end of summer, me and Dave and Josh, we went on a little Jeep safari into Canyonlands area near
Hey, Josh, grab
Moab.
that picture.
And I took my photos while we were there, but I brought my Yashica medium format camera. Yeah, show that. Is it on there?
We show it all the time.
His Jeep.
Oh,
So incredible. That was so rad, Josh. Much props. So here's the photos that I took. Remember after we left
Works
camp,
better than it used
Yeah.
and we so that's the one where the land bridge, where I was supposed to meet you at on the kayak.
Yeah,
you guys
I
jeeped
remember. It got too. What did it get?
I entered-
There was a storm.
It was clear, and then while I was halfway there, a crazy storm
Wow,
came over
that's
and blew me
cool.
over.
Hey, use your finger to show the land bridge because
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to tell because
Okay.
the river goes around. The river goes in front and behind, but that's a little window into the front and behind.
The monolith's out there somewhere.
So this is the
Yeah,
land
we
bridge.
left it.
Yeah,
this
those
is
are right
water.
near the monolith. We did a broadcast from
Right.
near the monolith.
So that, and then this one I like better. It's probably kind of hard to see, but that is just a really cool shot of the river.
That
That's a
was
cool
so
little
far
that
down
little
there.
sandbar
Off the cliff.
We're on a really high. I don't know how high you think we were there.
That was like 6
Too
to
high.
800 feet probably. There's
Cliff.
people
1,000
down there.
feet.
There's boats probably almost in that photo. Is there?
And so
Yeah.
when I got back from that trip, that weekend or whatever, that night, I made this next song, inspired by our trip.
Cool.
Well, let's
And-
check the list. Let's
That's when
Maybe
you guys
we
put
should
the
just
monolith
listen to
up.
the song.
Okay, let's see.
perfect time.
Sometimes
that is right
At,
now. Yep.
Adam Michael Terry
Green
plays
River.
second song.
Sometimes you can stray from the list for a minute.
No,
Like it-
we follow the list.
Well, you can stray.
I said that was a really fun
Yeah,
song.
when he's talk like that,
Um,
Josh, you go blurry.
I would have played my
Well, that's
recordings,
just your
but I
USB camera, not me.
Adam, you were saying.
was gonna say I would have played my recordings, but I just had lost a bunch of them recently. My phone
Well,
I
hey,
had
hey,
a storage problem, and now
Do-
I lost all my field recordings. So I made something else.
well, do you have?
I made this- This is not made there, but inspired by after there.
The stuff I tried to make there didn't work out, by the way.
Yeah, and I
have
really wanted to
revisit it,
hear
but it just
your-
sounds horrible.
We should
Sounded
still
cool
try
in
to
real
use it
life.
somehow. So Dave pulls up out of the Jeep. He brought a sitar. It's like 5 feet long. Saxophone, a flute. What else?
Just a bunch of stuff. I
Can't
brought a
believe
bunch
it.
of stuff so we
Of
could
course,
play,
Josh brought
so we
his-
could play
his
it together.
trumpet.
I'll show a
Trumpet.
picture. I bet I can show a picture.
But I
in
gotta
2
say,
seconds.
so the spot where we camped and we were doing recordings at in the Green River Canyon, the delay on it was so crazy. I thought he had a loop pedal. Because I was somewhere, we were all in our own little spots in the morning doing our own creative stuff, you know? And I hear him playing and I hear it bouncing off the wall and I hear him making harmonies off the reverb.
Ooh.
And I thought it was a loop pedal, and then I went over and he didn't have a loop pedal. And then Josh was above him, like 20 feet or on another cliff. And boy, it sounded so cool, but I don't think it really turned in. And he was playing saxophone, by the way.
Oh, what?
Joshua's?
I don't have it. I don't
No,
have
I
a picture,
wasn't
but I do
there.
have this picture.
Josh
Thanks,
Josh was
Adam.
playing trumpet.
Experience.
Yeah, there you go. Look at
With
those.
my pals, the demons.
And I gotta say,
That's Josh.
Dave gave me extreme anxiety because he wore flip flops the entire time in the mountains.
What's the anxiety?
That would
Stickers
be
or something?
nice.
It's just
Snakes?
I am like so.
Scorpions? Come on, guys.
It's like I
Sorry,
can't
Adam.
explain it. It just I'm precious. My feet always get destroyed no matter what I do,
Yeah.
and so like
Okay, well, listen. One very inspirational piece you did was you did a reading from 2001, and it was about early man.
oh yeah.
2001 Monolith?
Yeah,
When
and
I did that at Twilight Lounge.
with Moon Watcher, and I liked that a lot. And they didn't wear shoes.
They were in the Stone Age.
Yeah.
Well, we have the same bodies.
shoes
We have
are
the
not
same
that
bodies as Stone Age.
Actually, they were
bodies.
pre-Stone Age.
Kind
They were
of.
pre-Stone Age.
Kind of.
Missing
They
a
yeah,
couple
that was
feet,
pre-Stone
though.
Age, but I mean, I don't think like
Like maybe
Oh shit.
you had flip flops on. You can't say your same body, but then you're still wearing flip flops. You had to go barefoot then.
pretty close.
Pretty
I was
Okay, pretty
impressed
close. Yeah, that's impressive, Dave.
because I know you're not. I don't know if I know you're not, but you don't seem a very outdoorsy, like seasoned and calloused person for walking through cactus and dirt and rock and
Oh my
hiking
God,
with.
cactus to the big
I
Except-
can't
toe.
believe I'm hearing.
Except he does do
But
all
you did it.
his.
I do construction in bare feet,
construction and
actually.
bare feet.
Oh my gosh! So
So
you
that's
are. So I'm
why-
way off. So
Cody
little do
said
I know.
OSHA, not a fan.
Well,
Maybe you should show your feet, Dave.
so the next photo is Green River, and it's just those 2 photos I showed. You can. Pick
My feet just look normal. They're like normal
do it.
feet.
They have more
Okay,
dexterity
Green
than
River.
that,
I'm gonna look up the photo.
I think.
Adam,
Yeah.
pause for 1 second while I figure out how to find this photograph.
Sure.
It's called Green River.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. Ooh.
It's just those. I'm not going to be doing a whole lot live, but some.
I'm trying to master this way to
Hey,
show
look at him clear.
photographs
You can't see if I'm slouching.
and
That was
So, do you want me to? I can say something while you do that.
no, I have it right. I have it right
Okay.
now. I mean, it's like I wish you could see what I see. I'm looking into another kind of vista on. You know, someone's face when they are looking at a computer.
Mm-hmm.
Am I doing it? Let me put it this way. It's ready. Oh, it came up. Damn it! I wasn't supposed to show it yet.
Come on.
Okay, I ruined it. Okay, Adam.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, let's
There
do
it
your
went.
performance. It's called Adam Michael Terry plays third song, but you already said it's called Green River.
Working title, but that's the You ready?
I'm ready.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful, Adam.
Did that feel like our trip?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Uh-oh.
That was
Yeah, totally.
That was the, I guess, the closest feeling I could
That's amazing.
recreate.
I wish I'd
That
been
was
there.
I
perfect.
feel like it.
That felt like
That was such a
spiraling
fun
water.
trip. Thanks you guys
through
for
River
coming
Rock.
with me.
Thanks for taking us,
What a
Josh.
Cool
It's
trip.
my pleasure.
Let's say it at the same time, Adam. 1, 2, 3. Thanks for taking us, Josh.
My pleasure.
Yeah, that was
Thanks for
great.
going.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that was really, really, really fun.
That was fun.
I'm getting a little bit of interference. I'm just going to fix it real quick, Adam. Give me 1 second. Sorry, world. Sorry, international
But yeah,
world.
I was trying to capture the feeling of going down the peaceful river by myself. No one was really around, and all of a sudden the climate shifted and like a monsoon came in. Like I was blowing over. I stepped out. I was just about to tip over. I didn't want to go, and the kayak literally blew down.
That's
thing.
what me and Dave were like putting camp away, and suddenly the storm cloud just appeared. It was all
Right.
Yeah, we knew we were
we were
doomed.
like, oh no, Adam, no! And you're like, of course this happens after
Right.
someone
intense.
decides to float the river.
Yeah, plus we had to go over all those rocks that we might get stuck on.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
no,
was
we did
gnarly.
It was
after.
scary. That song spoke to me as, time goes on, every moment matters, no danger, but you might get stuck
Right.
in the river or on a rock. Or lost. I walked down the river and couldn't find a way through the trees back. I had to go on a big exploration. Thanks for looking for me, you guys.
If we
Well, my
got
dad's
lost
really-
or stuck, then we'd have to eat bugs to survive.
I never
There's
thought of
no
that. You can always
bugs.
eat the bugs. If you just dig deep enough, there's lots of bugs.
You could use your bare feet as the bug trap.
I just start scratching on the ground like a chicken pearl.
We would all we'd get back to
Get a
our
bug.
roots.
Ritz.
Okay, let's look at the list.
My favorite accent word.
Roots.
Ritz.
Yeah, let's see.
Midwest. I think they say rit.
It looks like
Yeah.
I'm
Ritz.
catching up on the list. It says artist shoutouts.
Roots, probably. Roots.
Artist shoutouts. That's for you, Adam. Give me some artist shoutouts.
What kind of artist?
It doesn't matter. I don't know.
Whatever
Whatever.
music you're into right now.
Okay. All the
Low ball
artists.
is I'm gonna say thanks Pearl, Nora, and Josh and Adam.
Low ball?
Yay! Yeah, that's high ball / low ball.
Uh-oh,
But
you're in
someone who's
trouble
not
now.
here, this is high ball. Thanks, Aaron, for watching our show.
Yeah.
Aaron's
Shout out to
a famous
Jeremy.
writer in Salt Lake City. Thanks, Jeremy Divine,
He's
Yeah.
he's quite the artist.
Falcon Lopez. All these. That's high ball.
When's Jeremy on the show? I've got my
Yeah.
Spoofy shirt.
Low ball is thanks Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
He's great.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't know why I said high
Didn't you
ball
go
or
to
low
his
ball.
show?
Yes.
Yeah, didn't you? I think you're.
I don't know why-
I think you're the only one who went to it.
Oh yeah,
No, that was
you did.
I don't know why it's high ball or low ball. Okay, it's just like you do some artist shout outs. Just use your own. You asked Adam. Jeez, just give some artist shout outs. You use your own Leahona.
Yeah. Shout out
Oh,
to
cool, Dave.
my friend and label mate Josiah Helbling. He's a incredible painter, and everybody will know of him soon. He's hella low underground.
Look at it on Instagrams
So
or
we're putting him
something.
up. No, he's like off the grid, but he's been painting since ever I've known him for like 20 years, and
Well, that's high
makes
ball.
really rad paintings. And we have him as a collaborator on Fountain, so shout him out.
Cool.
Hell yeah! I
We're
think I
working
kept
on
saying high
projects.
ball and low ball.
He's
But
bold.
what did I mean to say?
Bar, maybe?
Brow.
Brow?
Bar.
No.
Maybe just all even.
Bar.
Well, that's a pretty cool one because it's like I
More.
like something and that's
More,
something
Adam.
to look forward to.
Yeah.
Just things you enjoy.
You got another artist shout out?
Chase Estes.
Shout out to Chase Estes. How do you know?
I give you mine.
Oh, you're right. Because I brought his tape to shout him out. This is a tape on our label. He also goes by Apple Green sometimes, if you can see that.
Pearls like
Um,
styles.
I like that design.
Awesome. Hymns
He
and
is-
Chants?
Wait, I get
Gosh, I'm getting it. So Hymns and Chants by Apple Green, aka Chess Estes. He also drew the Fountain logo above it.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And he
Our song
designed
was
this.
him.
He's an incredible designer, painter,
Show the tape again.
all around awesome
Tell us
person.
about the tape.
and the tape is like a really cool. It's like spiritual jazz samples and ethno kind of music, like world sounds mixed in kind of groovy kind of stuff. Everything from kind of like housey stuff to just really cool lo-fi beats. And
That's a good artist shout out.
and look up his music. Buy one of these tapes. There's only like 10 left. And we just shipped a big box out to Japan and all these stores all over the world, and they've been buying all of our back stock, so we're almost all out of this stuff.
Sorry, they sold out in Japan.
No, I don't know if they sold out, but they bought some.
Yeah.
We were talking about one of my children wants to go to be a Japanese foreign exchange student. I thought I'd get an exchange.
Hey, mine too.
I thought I'd get an exchange student from Japan, and then I'd be like, finally, I have someone to share shmups with.
Awesome.
And then, but
Lola
then we,
wants to do that.
but then we fantasized that they'd be like,
And Betty.
that's like, my grandpa likes shmups. I don't. They're stupid.
Yeah, it's not exactly new school,
Sorry,
but that's
Dave.
okay.
Maybe you could foreign exchange a grandpa.
That would be the best case scenario.
I should get someone my age to love shmups with me. But I was Adam.
Yeah.
I was in Arches. I was there this morning.
Drop you off
Oh,
at the
really?
Monolith.
Yeah, and what I did there when I wasn't walking through the snow to the Arches looking at the moon
Uh-huh.
It was cool.
was I
Nice.
played Darius Burst CS.
Confused?
Huh. Cool.
Great great shmup. I played it.
Is it
Oh.
like Zelda?
And it's not like Zelda, but it starts out with like this freedom song, like a freedom fighter anthem, and it's so powerful that I want to finish the game just because that one song that happens on the first level.
Was it like hiking to the arch?
In flip-flops.
Well, so you think I'm a camping wimp?
No,
I
I'm
didn't say
just
that. I was
playing.
just asking if it
You
was
too?
like
Josh? Adam?
I do not think you're camping whip. I was just blown away.
I walked
yourself.
I walked on one of the hikes to the
You're-
arch, and I
you're
had my shoes on, and I went right through the snow in my
Flip-flops?
in my normal like my van looking shoes, like
You're the-
slip-on Vans,
Yeah.
and my toes were cool enough for the
You're
first
the
time
opposite
in my life.
of a wimp because you rock flip-flops. I was unaware and that you were capable of such feats of endurance.
Hey.
Did I do any other endurance feats while I was there? I walked on a whole world of cow poo through the trees
When we went or when they went?
when we were camping.
Oh yeah, your family warned me that you were gonna be you could be a softie, and then you were the exact opposite. So
You're
shout
champ.
out to your family that
Yeah,
Dave's,
Lena's on the chat.
Did you use
Dave's
it to
way
start any
tougher.
fires?
Lena said I got hurt the other day, you guys.
On your toe.
I fell down a hole and I hurt my leg, and Lena said I was pretty tough about it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you were so tough. You called me and you were like, "No one sees my scratch. I'm gonna go." He had to John Rambo in his own bathroom.
Were you tough when you
Stitch
fell down
himself.
roller skating too?
Yeah, I was pretty tough when I fell down, and then my zipper was broken
Oh,
after
that
the
was
fall.
a cute story.
Yeah, you were really tough when we went
Hey,
camping.
what's on the agenda?
First, I want to show you guys a picture of
You
my.
guys made it.
That
Playing
was
a tune?
nasty,
That's not a
Dave.
very comfortable.
It's
car.
rated R. Sorry,
Let's
guys.
see.
No content warning for this.
Sorry, content.
Ew,
Everybody,
God,
close
Dave,
your eyes.
You were really
Okay,
tough about
Plug
it.
your-
I think that's disgusting.
close your eyes. It's a rated
Ew,
R.
What the hell happened
Just
to
don't.
you?
It's a rated R picture, so close your eyes, everybody. Close your eyes.
Ew.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that.
Dude.
Dang,
Damn,
Dave.
Dave. You
You
fell.
didn't do that when we were camping.
That's a current photograph.
Wow,
This is
look,
very
you.
That's what my
Lena
leg
said
looks
you
like
were
right
so
now.
Tough with like 16 of
That's
them.
what my leg looks like right now. I actually love to be.
I don't know.
That Jeep wasn't very comfortable to
I'm
ride
an
that far.
anti-humanist,
either,
so
huh?
I liked my body to be trashed.
So you guys were tough just to make it that far when we went camping, and that Jeep's not. It's
God
kind
learned to
of
fall. That's the most
uncomfortable
important
thing, huh?
Totally.
No, that's okay, right?
That's how skateboarding is. You're just learning to fall.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check the list. Adam Michael Terry plays third song.
Montana Cloud.
This
Right,
one's
ready?
called Montana Cloud. Would you please tell us a little bit about this song while I get
got
the
it.
photo locked and
Yeah.
loaded?
So
Go.
here is the photo, the original photo. So like I say,
This one's having a hard time seeing the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it now.
Okay, sorry. So I take my Yashica medium format camera, which I inherited. It's an heirloom I got from my grandma when she passed away. My grandma and grandpa.
Oh, that's special.
And so, quick, sappy story.
Yeah.
My mom's
That's
mom
impossible.
and my dad's grandma both
No,
worked in
it's
a
just right here.
a
It's,
photo studio in Nampa, Idaho, and they were best friends. And they linked up their grandkids and kid, and that was my mom and dad. And that camera came from that studio, and so that's the one thing I grab when they pass, and so I take it out and shoot with it all the time.
That's really
So
sweet.
I haven't done a whole lot with it since I graduated film school and all that, so I've been pulling it out lately. And so yeah, so I
Film school?
Yeah, let's back up a little bit.
Congratulations.
Did somebody graduate film school?
That's
What the
incredible.
heck?
oh thanks.
Pretty
Good
cool.
job.
Also in film school, I'll show you this while we were talking about it. This is a piece of art I brought. This is a photo process art, black room art. So it's kind of exposure art,
How do you do that?
and it's kind of film schooly for sure, like the theme here. But I think it's pretty cool.
Hey, do you have some proper show and
So-
tells beside that don't have to do with the songs?
Well, this is kind of not. This is does to do with the label. So what I just use this as a cover for a feed. So after you guys are done watching this Twitch on Fountain AVM on YouTube on our channel where we're doing all kinds of cool stuff, I created a playlist called Fountain Vision, and that's the cover for it. Anyways,
Give us shout out. What's the address? YouTube
yeah,
Fountain
YouTube
AVM on
Fountain
YouTube?
AVM. And if you go to Fountain Vision, all it is a playlist of really cool video
On
ephemera
YouTube?
on YouTube that I've been digging up and collecting. So if you want to see like really rad like jazz documentaries, avant-garde music documentaries, and
You have 'em on
performances, there's like 100 or more. Just
Wow.
so you don't have to go digging, you can just get on there and watch cool content.
FountainViewAVM.com. Well, now I know why it's called
Oh,
audio
wow.
visual music, because you got a
Your manager
camera
dropped the
degree.
link.
From the U.
Yeah, and your manager
Ivana
dropped the
Lush
link.
There you
Life. Ivy Lush Life. Yes, he got a
Oh.
BA from the U, huh?
Yeah, film and media arts. And so that's
Wow.
when I came up with the idea for Fountain. Just going there, I knew I wanted to do some
Okay, yeah,
multimedia.
that makes sense
That's
now.
cool. And I,
I'll strike that from the list later when it comes up.
YouTube's the only TV I have, so I'm so
Nice.
excited.
Yeah, there's some wild stuff, and it's just going. I mean, it's going to be huge, but I try to sequence it where they kind of juxtapose each other. And there's weird skateboarding videos. There's really cool music things. There's you name it.
God.
Anyways, it's an ongoing list of just cool stuff that kind
That's
of
awesome.
is what I'm into.
I watch a lot of YouTube, but
So so dealing with photos and everything. So this it's called Montana Clouds or something. This was
Yeah.
along the Salmon River in Montana. This summer, me and Chase Estes, Apple Green, went on a camping, skateboarding, and record digging, fishing excursion for about a week through Montana. And we took photos and made music and bought records, and we're super new agey and outdoorsy, and it was great. And that was like, I pulled over because the
DJ.
scene was mind blowing, that photo, like, and I just had to take a photo of it.
That's what they call the Big Sky State.
Yeah, right. And so I made a song or a little soundtrack to that photo I took, and that's what this one is. It's pretty short, and it's just kind of a piece using the this semi modular grandmother Moog keyboard and some other stuff.
If you like say 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll press the picture button the second you're ready to go.
I'm ready.
Well, will you click me off?
Action. Sorry, I'm starting over. That's the wrong song. Sorry. This is it. Thanks.
I could probably listen to that for a very long time.
Same.
So like on that note,
Saw some planets and stars over there.
So on that note, we just launched on the Fountain AVM YouTube channel something we call a new sub-channel called Fathom, which is Fountain AVM, Fathom Meta Waves. And it's a long-form, 20-minute ambient meditative music series. So we have 3 episodes up. And
Yeah, also on YouTube.
yeah, on YouTube. And so they're nice, luscious, kind of meditative. And so META is an acronym I created saying meditative, I don't know, ethereal, transcendent, ambient music or something.
Nice.
So, we're hoping to get some meditative study, relaxation, just vibey ass, long form music.
I'm like, I want to know.
That's what I'm
I want
going
to
to
move
dance
in
to
my
from now on.
It's that kind of
Yeah,
it's that kind of
cool.
sound.
Fantastic.
And so we have cool collaborators who are going to be giving us or making them for that, and yeah, here we go. That's how we're starting off 2021 with
Yay!
good chill
Yeah.
vibes and positivity.
I was gonna ask you if you had 2021 goals.
Well, that's our resolutions.
There you
Is
go.
2021 goals and
Well,
going to.
my main goal, and it involves some of y'all here, is releasing a bunch of our records. And so we got the ball rolling with some releases this year on vinyl, or one release on vinyl and some tapes. But
Hold on a second. Are you like one of the 1%?
what?
How do you get the money for all these records?
Credit, man. Credit cards.
Oh yeah, I guess we're all.
So, anyways, so the performances that we did, starting with the live film score at the UMOCA.
That was awesome.
Thanks. So we hope to put that out as a record, and then also the one we did right after that, me and Pearl at the Gorilla Girls opening exhibition. Yeah, and so I hope to put that out if that's cool with you, Pearl.
Yeah.
I'm in the editing phase of that, both of those, and we're trying to follow up on the success with our record we put out just barely with those. So 2021 is all about putting out more music.
Yay!
And-
On the credit card.
yeah, that's all. Because I'm poor, because I haven't worked since March, really. So.
Well, you haven't worked since you
I
put
used all my.
DJ Finale Grand in a grave.
I started working a little bit recently, but
I put all my stimulus checks toward my credit card debt from this
Oh
too.
nice,
wow!
Yep.
nice.
How do we get them?
Yeah, that last song was Montana Cloud, and I applied for the Montana Artist Grant, and I did not win it twice.
Damn.
Oh.
I was hoping so much. 5 Gs.
That could have made it.
Wow.
There's like
One
7,000 applicants. They gave away like 400. So
How much is one record? Is it $5,000?
to make a record?
Yeah.
Um,
At the low. Yeah.
yeah.
2,
That's,
3 to
that's spot
6.
on about
Yeah,
depending on what you're doing. No, I mean
And
you
that's
can
just
depending on what
depressing.
you're doing. You could be 10,000.
just
You could be 2,000. You could be
That's not even paying
Um,
Adam for any of his time.
That's
just-
not
Well,
for the
right.
labor. That's just to make the
right.
record.
I mean, manufacturing costs on a record. It's like no like engineering, mastering, all that. Just making the metal parts and stampers and cutting a lacquer. That's like $1,300 to $1,800, like, or like $900 to $1,500 just for those parts.
Would you do it for that much, Josh? Josh deals with metal stamps.
Oh, I can't make that stuff. I'm not that precise.
Yeah, you have to cut a lacquer, so you have to have, you make a carving and then you make a negative
I'm a
plate.
caveman.
Expensive.
It's cool though, but yeah.
Me
It's cool because it's
Okay, let's check our list. We're gonna have too much stuff to.
I'm
This
a
there's
Fred Flintstone
this
in
stuff is
metalworking.
this stuff is too interesting to talk about.
Right.
But we have to move on because
Let's do it.
Meadow with
I tried to watch our Christmas special, Josh.
Yeah, how was that?
Well, it's the last 2 hours. I can't.
How
watch
long
TV
does this
for
go?
2
2 hours?
It just goes till we're done. But I mean,
Oh,
we
okay.
try to stop by 10.
I work early.
Yeah, Nora has to work
Nora
really
is done
early.
when Nora
What
is
time?
done.
What time do you work, Nora?
I only work at 7 tomorrow, not 5:30.
Ooh, 7 still.
It's a little early.
That's still too. That's
I
pretty
think it's
early.
You should go to sleep.
I
You
might.
should go to sleep right now. But
Yeah, we are thinking.
I think
now.
so. Jeez.
What is the agenda?
No,
All right,
Okay,
let's
let's
go
go on to
see
the
the list.
I
agenda.
want to hear more music.
I'm not going slow.
Let's
I'm
do
going
it.
fast.
What is?
I think we play
Oh.
music.
You mean
No,
AVM?
it's close. It's what is Fountain AMV Records? Because I have always wanted to know what AMV stood for, but we can skip that one. So we're gonna get a boost on our schedule right now.
Yeah.
shmup style turbo boost.
Audio visual material. That's the.
Oh,
Yeah.
bang! There you go.
Yeah, okay, I understand. You got a camera degree, so it's audio, visual, and
Well, no,
also.
We just lost our boost.
images.
Yeah, and like
Art
material could be
in-house.
art,
Just lost our
anything
boost 'cause
like
I'm talking.
tangible that you could buy.
Adam
Audio.
Berry, Michael.
Well,
Very-
the reason
there
I
you
wrote
go.
that on there because we were in a huge rush finishing the schedule. You don't understand that this is what we go on during the show.
Right.
But I wanted to hear. I actually kind of
Yes.
when I wrote that, I imagined you'd want to talk about your BYU friends record.
You want to talk about that right now? Or you guys want to play music?
Well,
Well,
I
you're
thought you
going
wanted
to
to. I thought you wanted to
DJ
play a song from it. It says Adam DJs one song through the Beautiful's
Well,
mouse.
I can, or we can. I can do that real quick while we play it. How about that?
Say that again.
I can play a song when I talk about it real quick. Or we don't even listen to the whole thing if you don't want.
Do you want me to? Do you want to do what it says on the schedule, and do you want to DJ it through the Beautiful's mouse?
I'm queuing it up right here on my phone.
Oh, you can just do it yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then it's not has nothing to do with the Beautifuls.
I'm muting our
Yeah.
mics in a minute.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just show it for a second. What?
Okay.
Yeah, Josh is gonna mute our mics so we can't say anything.
You want me to talk though?
Yeah, you talk.
Okay.
Let's go on to the guest side.
Quiet.
Everybody watching the stream, watch Fountain AMV Manager.
AVM.
AVM
Sounds better.
Manager is writing all these amazing things to check out just so you see all on the side of there.
Let me see which one.
And your
Adam, dead air is really, really bad during a TV show.
Dance
Let's say his.
Just kidding.
How's this sound? And get me at a good. We can still hear me. Should I turn it down myself? What? All right. So I had the honor this year, over the last year and a half, to make this record with this local legend and world music legend named Lloyd Miller. And this guy's story is incredible. He's been making kind of like spiritual jazz, but also like, I guess to word it better would be like Middle Eastern, Far Eastern music, inspired jazz music, or kind of going in between the two. And he was one of the first to do this in the 60s. And he made some records out of BYU and at the U of U and pressed them up himself. And they became collector's items amongst vinyl nerds. And that's how we learned of him. But then I ended up becoming friends with him. And he is 81 or something years old. And here's the back. And so we recorded this record in his basement. And sorry of the gloss. And this is a present for you, Dave. I brought it to give to you for hosting the show. And anyways, we recorded this really wacky record, and it's called At the Ends of the World, a double entendre for he plays music at all ends of the world. He plays 100 instruments. He had his own variety show in Iran in 1975, 6 or something, before the war or whatever, and playing jazz and Middle Eastern music. He has a doctorate in Persian music. And anyway, he recorded this really cool record, and the intro is him doing these rants he always does about the end of the world, about the apocalypse, about the man, the government, all these things. And I happened to hit record, and that little rant became the intro. And what he's doing is, last summer, he basically predicted that a pandemic or something would happen, even that it would come from the east. But he thought that this apocalypse-ish thing would be nuclear in its origin, which the disease, but it came slightly different. But anyways, in the intro, he's saying, hey, I'm saying days, weeks, months, not even years, there's going to be this crazy thing happening. And that was last August when he said that. Anyways, I thought it was really cool, so we made a record based on this prophetic musician who plays 100 instruments, speaks all kinds of languages, and makes really cool music. And on this record, it's called Earthquake of the Fallen Trumpet. He's playing the trumpet. I didn't even know he played trumpet. He pulled it out. And the beginning was a Persian drum solo. I'm playing this kalimba. And I was mixing this record one night, and I was finishing it up. It was one of the last songs to do. And we didn't have a title for it. We were working with all kinds of ideas. He played the trumpet, and I really liked it. Anyways, I woke up the next morning. I said I'm gonna wake up and give it a title. Lloyd gave me the permission to title it. That morning, I woke up to a earthquake, shaking the shit out of me out of bed. And I said, what do you know? I'm working on this record, and 5 blocks from my house, there was this Moroni statue on the temple who dropped his trumpet. And the trumpet is a symbol of the apocalypse. And when he sounds it, it enters in the apocalypse. And I thought there was too many connections there not to roll with that as a theme, because he talked about these things all the time. And listen to the trumpet. It even sounds a little wonky. And I was like, wow. And so this relates to another story he told me, half jokingly. After a record store day one time, I took him down to Randy's where he signed his new record and all that, and I was driving him home, and he said, I'm a shoo-in to be band leader of the Second Coming. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, listen, I'm an expert in Persian music. Persian music is the real music of Christ, not these sappy hymns. It's the hit. And this is the best part of it. Anyways, I laughed. He's like, listen, I can play music from all over the globe. I can lead any musician. I'm a church-going person. And I thought it was a hilarious story. And so it all ties into this theme for this song and this record. And, the side A is all Middle Eastern modes. All the songs are based on a geographical mode. And so the first says the Near East, mainly Persia. There's notes like in this song with a little bit of Spanish guitar and even African instruments, but mainly it's Persian. And then it goes east as the record goes, and then as you flip the record over, it goes to the Far East, where you start out with a kind of all over Asian mode, and then a Japanese mode, and the Chinese mode, and then another kind of Asian-inspired mode with Kodo and all these things, and then it comes back to Persia on the way out. So anyways, that's the record. It was a big accomplishment for myself and a lifelong dream. And it's doing way better in Europe than it is here. But it's really been cool. I've been shipping these all over the world. Our distributor's just been killing it in Europe, in Greece, Germany, England, France, Japan, and everywhere. So I'm really stoked.
Awesome.
On this record. And there's a fun little story of the making of the record inside, and some of Lloyd's artwork. This is a comic strip that he drew, and we made a song score to this comic strip called The Drowning Emperor Blue Dragon. And this is like a collage, if you look it up, of the making of the record. There's Moroni, broken Moroni with no trumpet, and all this different ephemera. Jazz posters from the 50s of him gigging, playing with the likes of Bud Powell, Clark Terry, Jeff Gilson, all these legends.
I can't wait for that. Thanks, Adam.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Check it out.
I was, hey, well, yeah.
That's awesome.
Hey.
Nice.
And you can get
Good
that at
job.
Peasantries
I'm
and
very
Pleasantries?
I'm so proud
You
of
can buy that at Peasantries and Pleasantries. Thank you very much. Diabolical Records. And even, I think Graywell may even have a few left. And if not that, buy us off our website or Bandcamp.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Or
Do you
stream it if you just want to bump it.
Amazing. Do you
Thanks.
like the cartoon I made for the show?
I've streamed
It's
it
awesome.
many times as I work at my shop.
Oh, thanks so
I love it.
Nice.
I need to
Oh,
come buy
I'm
a
so
record,
excited to
but-
have that. That's cool.
Don't feel pressured
That's
to buy a
so
record,
cool.
because if you don't listen
You
to
gave it
records,
to the right person,
No,
Adam.
I do. I'm still just a
reason to buy it.
recovering audiophile.
I know. Well, and it's not an audiophile record. It's pretty.
Oh, it is. It
It's super
sounds great.
bedroomy. Which
No,
was
the more
the idea.
bedroomy, the more audiophile. They run through stuff through tubes on purpose.
You can hear the
Yeah.
heater, people walking upstairs.
Love that.
It's great. You can hear the apocalyptic winds
What did the
rushing against.
ultimate audiophile? How did he record his album?
I did it on a laptop with crappy mics, and we were just figuring it out as we go, and
It
I didn't
sounds
know how to
amazing.
mic it, and I spent a year mixing it, but it was like going to college. I look at it as going to college again, from producing a record, from
Yeah.
nurturing the artist into doing it, and just the whole thing into the post-production, into manufacturing. So yeah, it was.
That's the whole shebang.
It was like a semester in college, which is what I'm looking at again, in a lifelong dream to work with like such a rad guy who's like, these folks are at the end of their
That's like
their time here. He's been putting in work for 60 years.
Well, art's
making music.
pretty fluid.
It's incredible.
It is though. There's like a whole group of people that are kind of.
It's pretty fluid and it's going down the drain.
We're saying.
It comes out of people, it goes down the drain. Gotta catch some.
I have
You
another.
just sold one
I have
online.
another Lloyd
you
Miller. Another Lloyd Miller story when we get to it. Just real quick as we talk about the label, but later.
Okay.
Might not be a later.
Oh, am I playing a song next, or are you guys playing a song?
Let's check.
I think we play one now.
Because
We'll play.
I
If
played
it's
two in a
us,
row.
we'll go as fast as we can.
I can skip a song.
I actually
too.
never know where.
Adam DJs. Oh, the
Beautiful's mouse.
I gotta,
I actually never know where we're on this list ever.
I gotta use the mouse. You have to just look through. You have to have red vision.
Well, it's always on. It's always below. See.
Oh,
yeah, we do play.
well, it's hard to find wherever it is. Yeah, we have to play one song, I guess.
Yes, you don't have to. We're delighted and honored.
Well, we'll make it as fast as we can.
Maybe.
The thing is, since we were late, and I didn't get to make I don't know what songs to play. So, screw us. I guess we don't have a song. Pearl, do you have any song suggestions?
Tears for Fears.
Well, I have that's a really good suggestion, but I have a brand new one. I kind of want to play all my religious songs because we're talking about Joseph Smith and stuff like that.
That an hour ago.
Forever. Can we do is it too much
For what?
to do a freestyle?
No, just as long as there's a time on it, a time limit. Set a timer. I
Yeah,
don't wanna
okay, I'll
go
set a timer.
too long. That's all.
Okay, Adam, this one's for you. It's another special one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Another religious song.
Adam, there's a what is this word now? I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired. I can't think of my words. There's some catering over there if you want any.
Passing with no effort over your skin and out your hair, down your back. Got no protection, no redirection from a limitless past in the mirror. Slowly giving birth to you, the fastest thing. Carnal primordial, baby. You are now mature and dead at your own choice to live forever in a shape. What you feel at the nape is now a calculated fate, and the truth of tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no beyond, only future. The super aware. There is no face buried in a bowl like a pig. Feel the cat's fur on your naked skin with laser starfish collection at the tops of your feet. Send all dogs back into the labyrinth to sing, talking about the babe. This is the sugar for the super aware, the super aware. Reflection shatter in the gaze of the super aware. Mother me, child of the sun, please smother me. Create another me, dissolve in your gaze. Resolve me as included. There is no beyond, there is no beyond, there is no beyond. There is no beyond, beyond only future, the super aware. There is no beyond. There is no beyond, beyond only future, the super aware, super aware. There is no beyond, beyond only future, the super aware, super aware, super aware. There is no beyond, beyond only future, the super aware, super aware. There is no beyond, there is beyond only future, the super aware, super aware. There is no beyond, there is beyond only future, the super aware, super aware. There is no beyond only future, the super aware, super aware. There is no beyond only future, the super aware, super aware, super aware. There is no beyond only future, the super aware, super aware, super aware. There is no
Yay.
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
Cutest shaker ever.
That was awesome.
Okay, let's check our goals.
Well, I want to hear minor songs.
What? Minor star. Okay, that's the one I started.
Is it okay that you have to wait for us to do our songs too?
That's awesome. What do you mean? Yeah.
Because
you guys are the stars.
someone in our band said that we have to play at least 3 songs no matter what.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, at least 2 hours. No more. I got 2 if you want. I can play 1 if you want. I can play 3.
I'm gonna look at the list.
Future of Nico.
That song was about the super aware, Adam.
I know. I heard the lyrics. It's the super aware intelligent machine. The same.
That's the one. Okay,
It's
let's see.
Music and art gallery.
Music and art galleries. I wrote that on there because I wanted you to talk about just when you and Pearl played the Gorilla Girls show.
All right. Pearl, do you want to say anything on it? Or?
That was really fun. I totally enjoyed it, and it was almost a whole year ago.
I know. So I got the great opportunity, or we got the great opportunity to perform at the opening at the main like show at the Utah Museum of Contemporary Art, archival, retrospective show of the feminist women fighters for artists, the Guerrilla Girls, and not just women, but people of color and minority. And so instead of DJing or something, or even just performing songs, we sat down and created a original piece of work to perform there, and we put a lot of thought into what to do and how it should go and sound.
Hey, Adam, I wouldn't say got this opportunity. I would like to say I was very impressed and proud of you for making that opportunity. Let's go back to the list. It says, where did I lost it? Oh, music and art galleries. Mm-hmm. You pushed really hard to combine music and space into an art gallery, which is just like, there's a bunch of space there, might as well have some music. Do you think you ruined the art by doing your music?
No.
So didn't
they pay you to do that too?
Yeah, of course.
Well,
that was the
of course. What are you talking? Of course.
Well, of course, because the Guerrilla Girls' message is that women and people and minority people get paid less or exposed less in the art world, and so that would be right. And so, as an ally to the cause and to the theme I present, I came at it as we do not want to overshadow the work. We want to score the work, and so with that approach, I specifically put the speakers low on the ground, away from the human ear and mouth. And I actually researched the dynamic range of the female voice and tried to eliminate that from our music so that the voice in the gallery could cut through the music. That was the attempt.
Cool. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And so it starts out, we filled that void because the first song has female voice samples, and then as the album progressed, we tried to clear up that dynamic range, that octave that exists, and then closed it back in at the end. And it's a big, huge, roomy, reverby room, and so it was hard enough just to even get it and really sound good in there. But anyways, we did 2 performances, and we're putting a record out of that, and we're excited.
Well, we're from the '90s. Me and Josh are, so we just know music is obnoxious. That's very advanced. And we've been working our whole lives to incorporate music into life.
Yeah, the trumpet's not obnoxious.
I got that payment right in the middle of COVID shutdown city, so I was really grateful at that to get that. And I just got grocery money from Josh and grocery money from Adam in that same week. So it was really nice.
Well, I sure love talking about art and money and life.
Well, money's boring, but art is interesting, and life's interesting.
Well, it makes a triangle. Hold up your pizza, Pearl. That's the triangle.
There you go.
Art, money, life.
The feminism. Oh my gosh.
Okay, let's see what's next on the list. I wonder how long our list is. I wonder if it goes for like forever.
Minor Storm.
Adam plays 4th song. Is that where we're at?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Adam.
Yeah.
Do you have something cool to say about the
Sure.
song? Because it'll take me a second to
Sure.
mouse up
So,
the picture. I'll send my mouse to get the photo.
You can send it again. So this is another picture score that I did. This one is that is the river that is I don't know if it's the Salmon River or not. I can't remember. It's a tributary, or what's the opposite of that, of the
Confluence?
coming off the Salmon River. So this river flows down into Sun Valley, into Ketchum.
Oh,
And-
that is the.
Oh, fuck.
So
Anyway.
yeah, that one.
I
That's
fixed that one.
just below that cool town that's right above there.
Yeah, that's a tributary.
Yeah, something like that. And it was kind of stormy. It looked stormy. I was out in that cold river trying to get this shot with my camera, trying not to fall. Anyways, this song is kind of and it's supposed to encompass some of that feeling of river flow, a storm brewing. This was in the middle of the fire season too. You could barely even see the sky. That's why it's white. And I was with, again, Chase Estes. We were coming out of Montana into Idaho. It was Idaho. Yep. Yeah, and I love Idaho. I made a record about Idaho, basically, and it was another thing for a gallery, for the Modern West Gallery. And this was I made right at the end of the beginning of this year, and they had a show called Interpreted Landscapes. And I'm like, this is exactly what I do, is I make music and interpreting landscape and such. And so for
I love
it's
that record.
oh, thanks. And because COVID hit, they couldn't really have the gallery stroll opening that they wanted, and so I presented the idea that maybe we just, instead of doing a performance in there, which we were planning on doing, and scoring it live as you watch, that we create a virtual gallery. And so I scored it that way. So I created this music based off interpreted landscapes coming out of a different Idaho trip. And so I was up, all year kind of moseying around Idaho, getting inspiration from Craters of the Moon to all the bat caves they got up there, to different reservoirs and the like. So anyways, this is a song kind of fits in that. It's not on that album, but it's in the same vein.
Okay, let's hear it. I'm going to make the picture appear. We got a link on the side for, do you guys have a donation button? I don't know if they're, it's your own manager, so I don't know if they're talking to you.
No, they're talking to you, Dave.
Yeah, we don't.
There it is.
No,
We,
that's the link
I think
to
you've
them.
already donated with your time right here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're happy.
But that's a, thanks for saying
Oh,
that.
cool. There's that link to the interpreted landscapes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, let's hit it, Adam.
Okay. Thank you.
Excellent.
Nice job.
Nice.
So cool.
Beautiful.
Very sparkly.
So sparkly. And kind of just improvising around on these things. It's like, but thank you. Appreciate it.
I love it. I love your
Yeah.
music, Adam.
Thank you.
Let's look at our list. I guess we ran out of stuff to talk about, so we'll just go right to our.
Go to your next song. Do you have another song?
Adam
Michael
plays
Terry.
fourth song. Adam Michael Terry, the first.
Um,
The first SA convert. So let me just tell you, it made me a little upset that, because I don't like to say the same, I like to say the same.
Is that my phone doing that? The
Oh yeah.
It's the same.
sorry. The same. He says sime.
Well, it
I've been
doesn't
bumping
matter
the audio
because
book.
just it's the SA.
That's right now.
It's called the SA.
I mean, he says same. Sorry.
Well, I say the SA.
No one knows what you're talking about either. I don't
Well,
think.
nobody knows that he's talking. His name's Greg, by the way.
Yeah. And the book is Dear Machine.
Yeah, Dear Machine by Greg Kaiser.
Yeah.
Life-changing novella.
Which you presented to me your mythology around mushroom-induced campfire, and it was it was
How would that
We got
turn
really
out?
hungry. We
Awesome
had to look for
3
food.
hours.
We had to look for food, like Josh described, and that's all we could. That's all they have there.
Mushrooms. It was a new age musical.
we
So the super aware intelligent machine. I gotta just say it. Can I say it?
Yeah.
You back me up. It's the super aware is the entity.
yes.
Intelligent that's kind of a hard word to draw a beat on, and machine is also. So super aware is the entity.
Right.
I guess it's called the same.
The acronym is called the SAIM. SAIM.
In the same book, he talks about narrowly focused AIs and switches the letters around and calls them NAIFs.
Yeah.
So, language is nothing.
Did he
Super
make
aware
that up,
entities
or-
are everything.
Or is that something else?
NAIFs? No, he made up NAIFs, I think.
Like a
I've never
naive,
heard
so that's
naifs.
Like naive.
But it should
That
be
is the noun
NIAFs.
Right.
Yeah, Nora.
So that's
NIAFs.
Well,
So what has Adam got to tell us that we haven't heard already on this?
Well,
show?
I'm just so excited that someone else thought it was interesting. I mean, give me a goddamn break.
So in our conversation, we talked about this, and when we talked about human consciousness and all these nerdy things. But I brought up in my art discussion like points from like Joseph Campbell and different people and Carl Jung, like these, brilliant minds about studying how the human mind works and how religion works and mythology tales and all religious
that's what I like
texts,
about it.
and that the same is the next progression of these mythologies of these superpowers, supernatural beings that have power over our lives, and whether their power is supernatural or fantasy or fantastical. Religious paranoia, these kind of things affect the way we live. And the same will affect the way we live, but probably a little more directly as because the same, which will be the post-AI machine, which will come in about 10 years or more.
Or sooner. Or
yeah,
already,
it'll be a
or
super
already,
systems.
Or already.
Right. It's already, yeah, sure. The formative kind of
I
ideas
think we
here.
have a terrible version of it right now.
So, anyways, the guy's book.
It's no good version. It just
his
keeps
argument is that it will be a positive machine that is a systems machine, right? A super systems that will it studies any kind of ecosystem from our gut biome to our agriculture to our economics and beyond, and that it'll help us understand these things and make our lives more efficient.
It'll do things we can't understand that are too complex. His claim to fame is that he did he kind of threw a optimistic light on this new entity.
Cody coming in with the posi signs.
Posi signs. Yeah, he posts stuff about the book and everyone's all, no, they'll kill us or something.
Right.
He's all, no, you just have to deal with this new thing. This is what I think it'll be like.
And I think the book is cool because the guy who's like an economist or some kind of systems engineer or something, I can't remember what his deal is, but he writes this dear John, dear love letter, kind of thing, to this future entity. That when this thing is born and combing through the abyss of the internet will stumble upon this book called Dear Machine, and it will find a letter to itself.
Oh,
That's really cute.
Right, and so he'll be like, "Hey, these guys were thoughtful."
That part, Dave.
No, it's called Dear Machine. It's in letter form.
Yeah. So he's like,
As a side note, it's just to the people reading. There's a side note. Maybe you care about this letter too, but it's
But
it's
the
very
machine
clear.
will care
It's to
about
the
it.
machine.
Yeah.
So he's good. If anybody, he's the one who's like posting it in good light, not like James Cameron and everybody who's like
James Cameron.
right?
The director of the Titanic.
Terminator.
Or Ridley Scott even. No, Ridley Scott is shedding good light.
I've been watching Ridley Scott's. I saw his Wolves TV
Yeah,
show.
I just finished, or I just watched. I'm watching that too. So I'm hyper. To tie it back into what I'm also going through, I'm studying mythology, and I'm going back through Joseph Campbell's books, and I'm writing some. I'm writing some screenplays and stories and short stories, and so one of the things that I got hooked on this year was getting out and going on these little journeys and quests, and one of them this year was going to Fantasy Canyon, which I've always heard of but never went to.
Where is that?
So Fantasy Canyon is right in the middle of the vernal, it's called the Uinta Basin, that whole vernal area.
Did I buy this for our flyer?
Yes. And so here's the photo that you used. This is the photo I took in Fantasy Canyon. And that canyon is a small little thing. It's like 100 yards or less, 50 yards big or something. It's small. It's like 100. And it's in the middle of these vast oil fields, oil gas energy fields that spawn that area. And the BLM manages this, the Bureau of Land Management. And it's this delicate little place. It's kind of like Goblin Valley, but has a different structure to the forms. It looks almost like coral reef. It's really cool, and it's called Fantasy Canyon. You can go there and walk around. And I went there. It was like 108 degrees, and I'm there, and I'm taking photos and making music in there. And so this song that I'm about to play you was a kind of reverse experiment. I made a song soundtrack in my head, what I thought it might feel like when I go there, and I wanted to play it there once I got there. So I made it before the hand. So I envisioned kind of this idea from what I had read or sound, and then went there and played it, and then took a photo to try to embody that the whole experience of like the song and what the song felt like. And
For us.
so this is what I came up with before I went down and played, and then I made some stuff in there and afterwards. And I'm writing a mythological journey kind of quest short story album that's going to talk about that whole region. And when I was down there in that region, I went to, there's so much. It's one of the most bizarre, coolest places in the world, and it's like 2 hours from our house. It's near Skinwalker. They call it Skinwalker Ranch, the super high paranormal activity area. There's one of the greatest areas for petroglyphs and pictographs. At McConkey Ranch and these other places, and there's obviously Dinosaur Monument, which is right there, one of the greatest dinosaur quarries in all the world. Yeah, like one of the only full T-Rex skeletons was pulled from that quarry. And so there's all these cool things, from UFOs to skinwalkers to indigenous folklore to science fiction. Aerospace secret agencies came in and swooped up that whole area around Skinwalker Ranch. Have been studying it for years. There's light orbs and all kinds of cool stuff. So anyways, I'm kind of trying to create a story from that whole thing. Yeah, Andy Savara's seen a light orb out there too. Yeah, and so it's a really interesting place, and I like it because it's mundane, and once you take a minute to kind of observe the mundane, you find these weird exotic things pop out if you look. And as I went in there, there's into the oil fields. On my way into there, you pass this thing called Coyote Lane, and the coyotes literally, right as I saw the sign, cross the thing, these wild horses roam through the oil fields. And I took some photos of that. There was this extremely beautiful meadow or something. I don't even know what the vegetation was. It was kind of like lime green, yellow. And I pulled over. There was no way to get to it. It looked almost like a sanctuary of some kind in between these two super sketchy houses, like broken down, dilapidated.
Ghost
This is where
houses?
people get kidnapped, scary horror movie shit. And I said, I'm going to try to get up there. So I'm up there and I'm trying to focus my camera. My car is about 30 yards, 40 yards from where I had to get the camera, and all of a sudden I hear a dog barking, and then like 10 dogs start barking, and they're charging me, and I don't even see them. I just start fucking booking it from my car, and they're getting louder on my heels, and I barely escape, and I jump in it. And I think and my whole journey going on the solo quest was like all these tropes that you find in mythology and the hero's journey. So I'm just like kind of writing a little fun story about all that.
Nice,
of all the different amulets and ogres that you come across when you're out about.
Amulets and ogres.
So like here's some of the, if you got a, this is you can barely see it.
Oh yeah.
Some cool spiral jetty looking formations at McConkey Ranch.
That's cool.
This is another really cool, kind of that famous shape, anamorph shape.
Wow.
At McConkey Ranch. And there's another panel there called the Three Kings, which I didn't go because I ran out of light. And I'm going to go back.
I saw the 3 gossips yesterday.
Cool.
There's a bunch more gossips around there. They're everywhere.
So anyway, Utah's full of this crap. It's full of amazing stuff. And I'm just going to spend the next few years of my life really trying to get in the depth of it and make art around it. And it's just a fun way to spend our time, dude.
Well, thanks for being on our show. This is.
So I can play this next one if you want.
Yeah.
So this one's called Fantasy
I'm
Canyon.
ready to, it's called
Fantasy Canyon.
Fantasy Canyon.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's this is on Spotify. You want to stream it? I'm gonna do some kind of live stuff.
Don't anyone stream it at the same time as right now.
Why? Because this is streaming.
Because we're doing it.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Yay.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Beautiful.
thanks. So what we're doing, actually, me and the Fountain Tech Supervisor, Alicia, we're trying to create a mobile app. And this mobile app will be using an interactive multimedia app, which will be like a map of that area, and there'll be a story and geo mapped to these locations, and it'll follow like a narrative, and you'll be able to hear these soundtracks to these weird locations. So that's our goal for 2020 is developing that technology.
Cool.
So you'll be able to go and travel around and play those songs in those places and follow the story, and kind of elaborating on that little tape that I did a couple years ago called Pathwaves and Currents, which was little soundtracks to cool southwestern cool spaces like Zion Canyon and Grand Canyon and Goblin Valley. And so yeah, just kind of keep doing these kind of fun, weird concepts.
Love it. Love it!
The app sounds cool.
Yeah, I really hope we can pull it off. That's our goal right now. We're trying to develop right now. I should have maybe not spoke on it yet, but
gosh, well,
now I have to
that's
have it.
modern. That's very modern. That's cool.
Well, if you need any help in any way, I'll try to help out.
Use some
Hey,
blockchains.
thanks.
If you guys need to get somewhere with a Jeep, then
Awesome. Thank you.
The essay's into blockchains too. Let's
Yeah.
look at the list.
I have. There was only one other thing that I brought to talk
someone
about.
is a coding
Show and tell.
artist.
Yeah, someone is a coding artist. God, coding artists are cool. I'm an arcade machine artist, but there's not really any coding involved. But it's like I'm like an amoeba stuck on the peel of the orange.
So I'll be uploading some of these picture scores to Instagram soon. I just haven't got around to doing it, so I'm trying to have a collection of them on there. Just trying to stay focused and kind of use it kind of a streamlined approach and use Instagram for that, but it's kind of hard to stay conceptual.
Okay, well, hold on. It's getting kind of late.
Okay.
We're all already
Let's
laid
go.
down on the floor for a little while.
Right. It's almost. Is it 10? Yeah.
I've been hanging out in a lot of fluorescent lighting.
I'm gonna go through the.
So I got
Oh,
one
look,
more
we're
thing to
just-
promote if you have a chance.
No, we have more time.
Okay.
We have plenty more time
Cool.
for promotion and for anything.
Right.
I just want to look at the list because we take this list very
Oh
seriously.
yeah. What other questions? You got any other things you want to talk about? Future of nature music.
Well, we're supposed to play one.
We've
more
already
song.
talked about that.
Maybe
I just-
we'll. Should we skip our song and go? We'll go to the. We'll go to the.
I say if you guys should do one more song if you
We'll
have
do
one.
we'll do the outro song.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
do the outro. I
We'll play
passed that
together.
off on Falcon B, but we'll do a proper song for our outro, and then
Yeah.
we'll see you next year.
Why are you wiggling
But right,
that?
look where I'm pointing, Pearl.
Okay. I can't.
Wow,
I
you're
just see
good.
your
You're like
actual.
the weather
My
person.
block-
I see your actual hand. I'm like, what is happening?
But right now, give me the future. Let's just. Well, you already did. Just give me the future. I already know what it
He
is.
just-
You're gonna have an
he
app,
just
and
told
then
us what it was.
Yeah.
So then
so
we play the fifth song called.
yeah. Let's move. Do you
Or-
have any other comments on the future of nature music since you're famous NJ now?
Not nature music, but something. I can share something that is related after, if you want.
Okay, let's play the song and then let's talk about it.
Okay.
And then we'll do our goodbye song for the end of the year. I'd like
Good
to say that
riddance.
it's really
Is
nice.
it called Good
I'm sorry
Riddance,
it's
this
getting
song?
kind of late, but Pearl and Nora, I'm so grateful that you're here.
Oops.
Me and Josh really, really, really have a hard time with these shows when you're gone, just so you know. I'm telling the world.
No, they're funny.
Yeah, but they're cool. Whenever I watch them
Yeah,
at
it's
home, I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, have you ever seen
I like
Fail
it when you
Reel?
guys are-
Those are also very funny, but it's hard for the person. This one is called something about topic. Adam, I'm locking and loading
It
topic.
says Fantasy Canyon's number 5 song.
Yeah.
So that's 6.
Oh no, there's one more song, right, Adam? Don't get
No,
me
I mean I could
confused.
play some if you want, but that's all on the list. We played the playlist perfect.
I think there's more photos in there though.
I have some stuff we could talk about, but just
Well, I guess we're done. We
Well,
just
then
gotta
you
play
Good night,
that song.
everybody.
Well,
okay. So before you go,
I
so
thought you
before
were
you
gonna
go,
play
we
another
play
song
the
so you
outro.
could talk about your next thing.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Are you ready for that?
Yes.
That's why you guys
Yeah.
gotta be here.
So one other thing that I do. Are you
Don't
ready?
say it yet. Don't say it yet.
Okay.
Don't say it yet. We can't just stop the show. We have to just give me 1 second.
Right.
Because we have to pick a last song, and then I want you to talk, and then we'll play our goodbye song, and then we'll see everybody next year.
Okay.
But it'll take 1 second for me to organize this because...
Okay. Well, I can I have a song queued up that I can talk about when I'm talking
Don't show it yet!
And
No, it'll just take 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It'll just take 2
Well,
seconds.
I want to play it anyways because it has to do with...
Oh, what's this? Okay,
Yeah,
play.
that's
You
the song.
play the song.
Yeah.
You DJ the song while
Yeah.
we find our song, and then we'll go...
You want to talk with
Is it a DJ song or a live
And-
song?
I'm just playing a DJ song.
Okay, play it, Josh.
Okay.
Rocky on beat.
It's playing, right? Okay. Tell me when I can talk about what we're talking about.
I'm leaving the camera on you.
Okay. Okay, so one other thing that we do at Fountain AVM is this thing called the Plastic Age Mix Series. And the Plastic Age Mix Series, I call it a archival anthropological mix series, and it's all about record collecting, tape collecting, CD collecting media with plastic media with music on it. And we create these themes and put a mix together. And it could be of like a travel on an excursion to Montana to find records or whatever. And so you should stream them. They're really cool. We have guest people hosting and creating really cool stuff. And it's like really deep music. Listen to this. This is one of them.
雨のいかけます踊ります雨のいかけます踊ります
Okay, so this one that we're playing right now. So recently, I told you I was working with this guy Lloyd Miller. Him and his wife Catherine St. John are I think both hold doctorates in Persian studies, and they have an organization called World Arts, and they have a thing called the Rumi Poetry Club, and they do dance and art from all around the world. Anyways, they recently gifted me a huge collection of their tapes from their both of their personal collections and for their organization. A lot of these tapes were dance tracks and study in Persian, Asian, and Eastern European, South American, world music. Anyway, so each of the so they gave me the tape collection, and I put together this tape mix. It's all cassettes and really weird, rare stuff that you probably would never heard of or seen, and some academic stuff and some albums. Anyways, for each mix series, I make a cover, like a tactile cover, a collage cover, using old albums and like my Nat Geo subscriptions. And so this one I made some art to go for this one, and it's one of the tapes from the collection and so forth. Anyways, this is what we do on the Plastic Age Mix thing, is curate these cool little mixes with all kinds of wide varieties of themes and music styles, and sometimes they're regular music, but most of the time like really deep stuff. And I've had collaborators from Arizona. Gilliman did a really cool one of really deep private issued independent new age CDs from around the area, and Chase Estes has done some good ones. So anyways, this mix hour now has music from all over the world. Here's one of the tapes I brought. It's really cool. Bulgarian folk dances. This guy playing a really cool bagpipe, and that song is wild. It's like free jazz almost. It's like hear the vibes. And so this mix has everything from computer compositions and modular synthesizer stuff to like archaic instruments and to synthesizers and everything else in between. So anyways, that's one of the last things we have put out on Fountain. If you want some content,
If you go to that website, then
you
you can get it mailed to you or something.
No, this is just on streaming on our website. You go to Fountain AVM. I should explain. Thank you. Go to Fountain AVM. The Plastic Age is a section we have under the audio section.
How do you get a tape like that?
And I'm not making any hard copies of these just yet. And this is like our 13th, I think, mix. And there's listed all of the tracks, and so at which time they play at, so you can find, if you're interested in Bulgarian folk music, what it sounds like.
Well, there's no excuse to not browse there.
Anyways, and the next one I have coming out, this is pretty cool. Right before the pandemic, I took kind of like a sabbatical, and I was, during the turn of the year, I was traveling everywhere, seeing cool shows, and I was doing recordings on my phone everywhere I went. So I'm putting together a really cool mix of all these really cool shows I went to. So there's like Pharoah Sanders. I went to see him in Oakland. I went to go see, and then after that I went to the John Coltrane Church in San Francisco and recorded that. And they were cool with it. They let me. I went to the Portland Jazz Festival and saw Terry Riley at like 80. And he was incredible. And Carl Stone, if you know who he is, incredible electronic musician, still current from 80s up. And like Shigeto at Urban, a couple other really cool, like rare kind of things. And so yeah, so it's not just all tapes and records. It's like anything that's kind of an interest like that, rare and home recordings or whatever is the mix series. So anyways. Check for that one soon.
Dang, that's cool.
That's so
Awesome.
Too bad Lagoon's not doing their big venue. We could have seen all those people maybe.
Right.
That's really cool.
Lagoon has a good arcade.
The John Coltrane Church. If you've ever been to Church of
I
St.
didn't know
John
there was
Coltrane,
one.
once a month on the first Sunday they do Love Supreme in its entirety. They play
No
it.
way.
They just play the album and they do a group meditation to
I
it.
love that so cool.
I love your bite of that on the water.
And
Very inspirational.
check this
Gotten
out.
lots of fights with Sime haters on that one.
Yeah, fight-
This is a pin. Actually, I got. I'm wearing it on my jacket.
Cool. Oh yeah.
The
Coltrane
church.
Nice.
Church.
Church of Coltrane. Love that.
Can you see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And dude, so they perform. They open up with a. Probably can't hear me. They open
we
up
can
with a
hear
jam
you.
session on harp, sax, all this really cool like spiritual jazz stuff, and then they do a sermon with music basically. And and so during the part of A Love Supreme, where the end where there's the poem that coincides with the music, and Coltrane played the poem, like the syntax of it through his sax, and and they say if you know the poem, recite it with it, and so the group, the whole place
nice.
who knew it was saying it.
That is so cool.
So
That's
cool.
cool.
That's that same poem that I did at at the Doom Lounge.
Yeah.
On
I
that.
like that a lot.
And that's the one where I substituted the word God for water
Yeah.
just on the fly and said it.
That, I remember that.
I was just gonna say that
Oh, I didn't know what was going on there. Now I
Yeah, I just kind of came up with some
I
crap.
wonder
Water.
we got to do our recitations too.
All right.
That was good.
This is close. I was gonna say, don't we have some recitations we can do?
Yeah.
But I guess it's just these songs we have to play over and over. Where's the lyrics on it? When are you gonna bust into the lyric land?
Me?
Yeah.
Like rap lyrics or
Just I don't know. Just
I have
like,
lyrics for sure.
You know, throwing stuff. You know, doing
Well-
the. I guess you did all that verbiage. That's my favorite kind of lyrics. Is that stuff you did back
Well, I'm gonna be doing poetry. I mean, like a story or
It's called
poetry
poetry.
with the Fantasy Canyon thing.
That is gonna be cool.
I do have. Anyway,
Well, that's what I'm looking forward to.
thanks.
Adam, you've been such a wonderful guest. Thanks for coming on our show.
Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
Let's
Yeah.
do it again.
You never have a chance to
sometime.
kind of talk. I know people aren't interested, but it's fun talking about it.
No, it adds so much. That was great. Especially the picture scoring. This is a
I'm
nice
interested.
platform.
It
for that.
was, yeah.
Oh,
We're
nice,
interested.
Yeah.
We're all
It
interested.
adds a ton.
It was so.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Just the multimedia experience.
Yeah. And
I don't want it to
information
end.
share.
I don't want it to end.
Having the backdrop was so
Well,
cool.
it doesn't have to end because you can go on YouTube.
It has to go to end. We're gonna go watch it
You
later.
get
Just
the-
that's why we do this.
Albums
I
on the
don't
vinyl.
Oh no, I was talking about us, Pearl. Yeah, it
Well,
doesn't
this
have to end for
program's
it doesn't have to end for Adam because look, there's all these links on the side. You just go there and then.
Well, those links don't stay on the streaming service. All the chat goes.
Okay.
Sadly.
Damn it! I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this. https://
I get the sense you could navigate from Fountain AVM to most of
slash feed
Yeah.
slash the plastic age mix with hyphens between every word 10D.
I don't know. Just go to Fountain AVM. Everything is lined up so easy there. You can navigate it. It's broken up into audio, visual, and material items. And
Fountain AVM, everybody. FountainAVM.com.
I'm going.
thank you so much for letting us plug
man.
our
I'm
label.
gonna fall asleep
No,
to
it's
that
exciting.
tune tonight. That
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
put the meta.
Metaway. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have to play one more song though. So Adam, promise me you won't leave while we play this song.
yeah.
We're gonna try to be
I'll
VJs
leave.
ourselves with our
Andrew?
this one VJs,
Video jockey.
video jockeys. I guess I'm trying to say nature jockey. NJs. If I said that a couple times, I've said a lot of crazy things. We're gonna try to play our NJ nature jockey song. That is right. That is our. We have one. Eat it up. Here's one for you, Adam. Nature jockey song.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
All the litter that you threw in the garbage can, hidden deep in the bag. Didn't quite throw it into space, now did you? Did you even check to see that it was burned into dust? This last year is over. Same with your old life. Not much left, what you gonna do with it? Will you choose to close your eyes? Will you play in the waves? The shock waves rolling over you from everywhere. Shock waves from your body, thoughtful thing. Beneath the flesh, so the surge from a sunset always overwhelms you, like you've never seen that color in your life since yesterday. I guess that it really is calm. glimpse of a sunset always overwhelms you. Like you've never seen that color before in your life. Since the day before, I guess that it really goes away. It's shocking. Oh, it really does go.
Let's pick it up right where we left off. 1, 2, 3, 4.